So here you guys see me braiding down her hair, and I'm doing straight back braids. I am snaking the braids upward. This kind of alleviates the tension from the nape of her neck, also with the help of the braid across the back.
Like this, only trying to get paid. So fucked up, the good die every day. Trying to get rich or die, try anyway. Live my life, young and blues. Where I come from, either snap or you lose. Come from the bottom, like the gum on your shoes. Working so hard, like it's something to prove. The top push back, I'm rejuvenated. Why you think they out of bro? They just tired of hating. A young nigga smooth, ain't no duplication. I be working so hard, praying at night. Glock on my draw, pillow in my knife. All you pussy nigga dead, they just wanna see the hype. 4 letters, 1 word, a real thing called life. Man, this shit real, soldiers in the field. I be trying to tell my brother chill on them pills. Man, it's so tough, and I know how it feel. We been down bad ever since that we were little. I've been on go, get cake. Love like this never fade. When you down bad, make a way. When you do it by yourself, niggas hate. It's okay, I'm straight. If everybody real, who fake? Loyalty can bring a nigga pain. All I ever wanted to be great. One day, every day. Every little problem we face. Drop to your knees, still pray. Up top, giving thanks. It's okay, keep the faith. Success gotta really be great. Hoping that a nigga never change. I told you we do it someday. I told myself I ain't taking no more L's no more. I don't pray so much I can't even pray no more. Think I cried last night when it rains and pours and shines just like the summer, beautiful when it snows. I've been having strange dreams like overnight I blow. Things ain't what it seems, but I still keep hope. I'm tired of being tired, yeah jig I know. But God gon' give you keys, you gotta open the door. The things I really wanted, the pain that they ain't know is give a damn, they ain't know about me. We stay right around the corner, patrol go bliss up on the inner hood, yeah you know how it be. Turn something from nothing, young nigga keep hustling, everybody ain't gon' see what you see. As long as you love it, young nigga say fuck it, you the one that gotta make them believe. I've been on go, get cake, love like this never fade. When you down bad, make a way. When you do it by yourself, niggas hate. It's okay, I'm straight. If everybody real, who fake? Loyalty can bring a nigga pain. All I ever wanted to be great. One day for day. Every little problem we face. Drop to your knees, still pray. Up top, giving thanks. It's okay, keep the faith. Success gotta really be great. Hoping that a nigga never change. I told you we do it someday. Having thoughts, I don't know who really with me at time. Pussy nigga, you a snake. If you slither, you slime. I ain't trusting the soul, so I ride with my 9. You ain't help me with shit, so respect my mind. You never gon' make it out. I reply, that's fine. My song gon' leave a mark. Sing and chill when you slide. When you think you giving up, yeah, right when I die. You got a lot of confidence. Yeah, I can't even lie. Just for the boo.
So after I'm done braiding, you all see me oil her scalp. I made this mixture myself. Using homemade products, like fresh oils, things like that. And it'll be for sale soon. Afterwards, I go ahead and spray down her edges. And this is how I lay back the edges to keep them completely out of my way when I am applying a frontal. Although we do the protective cap method, I feel like this just helps. Sorry, to help lay everything down. And then I go ahead to just blow dry it on warm. Next, I'll go ahead and sew down a net. Sometimes I use the net cap, sometimes I use the actual net, and I just have the client to help me hold that down while I'm applying it. And then I'm just sure to cut off the excess. Okay, So here I am starting to sew in her bundles. I do this maybe a little bit different from some people I've seen that apply the frontal first. I sew in maybe maybe 2.5 bundles before I do put the frontal on. And here I am stitching with double loops. That's the way I stitch. Sometimes I stitch single looped, sometimes I stitch knotted. Doesn't really matter as long as you get the job done and it lasts and it's not too much tension on the scalp. You should be fine, but you do have to be careful with double loops because sometimes it can be too tight for some clients. So just make sure you ask them and just, be sure that it's okay.
Hoping that a nigga never change. I told you we do it someday. I told myself I ain't taking no more L's no more. No, I don't pray so much I can't even pray no more. Think I cried last night when it rains and pours and shines just like the summer, beautiful when it snows. I've been having strange dreams like overnight I blow. Things ain't what it seems, but I still keep hope. I'm tired of being tired, yeah, jig, I know. But God gon' give you keys, you gotta open the door. The things I really wanted, the pain that they ain't know is give a damn, they ain't know about me. We staying right around the corner, patrol gon' blitz up on her in the hood, yeah, you know how it be. Turn something from nothing, young nigga keep hustling, everybody ain't gon' see what you see. As long as you love it, young nigga say fuck it, you the one that gotta make them believe. I've been on go, get cake, love like this never fade. When you down bad, make a way. When you do it by yourself, niggas hate. It's okay, I'm straight. If everybody real, who fake? Loyalty can bring a nigga pain. All I ever wanted to be great. Money day for day. Every little problem we face, drop to your knees and pray. Up top giving thanks. It's okay, keep the faith. Success gotta really be great.
So I went ahead and put her on a skin tone cap. I sat her under the dryer using the Got2b Free Spray and the Got2b gel in the black container. And then I went ahead and applied the makeup that matches her skin tone best.
Say neighbor, nice to meet ya. Hey, how you doing? Have some patience. It's time for greatness. Yeah, you gon' make it someday.
So I went ahead and cut her ears out, and I probably said this wrong, but I applied the makeup before I sat her under the dryer, and then went ahead and cut her ears out of the stocking cap to be able to let around the ear part dry a little bit easier. So now you see me going in and putting on the gel. And I am rubbing it in smoothly because you really want a thin layer. If not, you'll be stuck trying to dry this forever. So after she sat under the dryer, I went ahead and sewed down her stocking cap. And what you don't have to do, but I just do for extra security just so that I know it's held down flat when I am putting on her frontal. But you can go ahead and put the frontal on, and then when you sew down the back of the frontal, it'll sew down the cap as well. It's all a preference thing. So I cut the cap in half in the middle of her forehead, and then go ahead and pull back off of whatever's just only on her skin, and cut off the excess cap. After that, to help lay down her cap, like that flat skin tone cap method, or bald cap method is what it's called, I go ahead and put down some free spray and then do like a hand motion pushing the cap down while I am drying, and this help kind of just melt the cap into her scalp. And I am doing this on warm heat, but you have to be careful because it quickly could burn. And then I go ahead and wipe it down with some alcohol, as you've seen, and now I am doing little drops of glue. And I'm going to take a piece of paper. Usually I break off the piece of like white cardboard that comes inside of the stocking cap, so you guys know what I'm talking about. I usually break a piece of that off, and that's what I use to lay down the glue. I'm not really into like the whole laying it down my finger thing. I don't know why, it just really annoys me when that sticky residue is on my hands. So yeah, I just don't do that. And I do 3 layers of the glue, allowing each layer of glue to properly lay down or to dry 100%.
You gon' make it someday. Know you gon' make it, right? You gon' make it someday. Yeah. Say you believe and you will achieve. Work hard and you will succeed. Yeah, I got family depending on me. I know God got a trick up his sleeve. Yeah, I'm from a place where the grass ain't green. Niggas hate and they brag on things. Yeah, but shit, I'm just chasing my dream.
So I go ahead and I start applying her frontal. I start in the middle. I am kind of, I guess you could say, like, indecisive on how I usually lay the frontal. Sometimes I'll cut the lace off after I lay the glue down. Sometimes I'll cut it off before. But this is a frontal that was previously installed by another stylist. We kind of just really finessing this frontal, honestly. Some of it has bald spots, things like that, so we did have to use a part where you wouldn't be able to see that, and we did have to fix, kind of like, fix and rig-a-jig this frontal. So that's what you'll see me kind of doing here. Please be sure to remember that when you do pluck a frontal, don't only pluck the side that you're going to use for your part, because that kind of limits the client to only using that part of the frontal, which is kind of annoying when you've spent money on a frontal, because usually when they do buy a frontal, it's because they want to be able to move the part around. So just be sure that you're plucking all over and not just in one spot. And also, a frontal, any kind of lace, balls on its own, so you just have to be careful when you're plucking so much in one area, because it is going to ball on its own over time, and that will kind of cause it to be like looking like it's been 100% over plucked. Sometimes you only pluck like a little bit, or whatever the case is.
I believe, Hail Mary, I'm going deep. It's my letter to the streets. No nigga ain't hard as me. These niggas gon' copy me. My mama so proud of me. Ain't nothing but a prodigy. Gotta do this properly. Hail Mary, I'm going deep. It's my letter to the streets. No nigga ain't hard as me. These niggas gon' copy me. Oh, you know him? Girl, that jig. Yeah, that nigga ain't getting no money. How you know that? Well, I fig. He ain't breaking no bank with no dummy. Give me his biz. Well, he rap. And I know he been working on something. Bitches be telling their friends all about me.
So here I am just pushing the lace into her scalp, onto her head with the back of the comb. Some points I use my finger, some points I use the comb. I kind of just jump back and forth between the two. This kind of gives you that little meltdown look. And also putting the glue a little bit past the lace also does help too. Not too far, like literally probably centimeters past the lace. And try just not to as much touch it with your hands as much as I did, because that could become a problem, or give it that little white residue as you see there. But all you have to do to fix that is take some free spray, put on your finger, and just dab it a little bit, and that little problem is gone.
They need a little God, they want me to tease. They want me to stop it, I come on the feet. Come overnight, then I leave in a week. Bitch, you got eyes and I know.
So here I just go in sewing down the back of the frontal. And I'm pretty sure I know how to just regularly stitch.
Work hard and you will succeed. Yeah, I got family depending on me. I know God got a trick up his sleeve. Yeah, Yeah, I'm from a place where the grass ain't green. Niggas hate and they brag on things. Yeah, but shit, I'm just chasing my dream. Ain't nothing finna get in between. It's crazy cause they know now. Sometimes you gotta take the slow ride. I realize that life is about growth now. If you don't act, then you never gonna know how. They can't wait till y'all can make it. Pop champagne when we celebrating. They don't know the pain even if they take it. Don't give a damn what these people thinking. You my brother, I'm another. I like him, we gon' bubble. Like to grind, like to hustle. We gon' make it out the struggle. When you wrong, when you right, do the war, we gon' fight. How I ripped it with the mic. I told y'all boys we gon' be alright.
And even though I do have my hand kind of right here, you guys, I promise it is not resting on her head. So I go ahead and cut off the stocking cap, and then here we are to styling. So I am doing her baby hairs, and because I rarely deal with frontals that are this much balding on one side, and she's trying to cover up that part, you did see me have a little trial and error with laying the baby hairs. Also because I'm still learning, frontals 100% myself. Anyway, you can never, learn enough info. But you guys do see me kind of trying to finesse this, trying to figure out what I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna hide this edge, and yeah, just go through the motions with me. So after doing her baby hairs, I did go ahead and part her hair out. And right here, you see me kind of hot combing her part down, laying it back, and then I went ahead and just flat ironed her hair. And I did choose to do the hard baby hair method over the soft baby hairs method with the mousse and dryer because with hiding the lace, it was going to be really hard for those hairs to stay in place. And by her running track and her going to a meet, this method is best for her.
I kicked it off, I'ma tell you how this shit really started. We was thuggin', we was youngins at the park till the dark. AG, you spittin' pressure like your music